to provide machine learning-based medical image analysis and feature extraction scheme for practitioners. Abstract machine and deep learning algorithms are unexpectedly developing in dynamic studies of machine imaging. Currently, great efforts are advanced for the enrichment of machine imaging packages, the use of those algorithms to diagnose the mistakes in disorder diagnostic structures, which may also bring about extraordinarily ambiguous medical treatments. Machine and deep learning algorithms are vital methods in clinical imaging to are expecting the signs and symptoms of early ailment. Deep mastering strategies, in particular convolutional networks, have right away evolved a technique of unique for investigating clinical images. It makes use of the supervised or unsupervised algorithms, the use of a few particular well-known dataset to suggest the predictions. We survey picture category, item detection, sample recognition, reasoning etc. standards in clinical imaging. These are used to enhance the accuracy via way of means of extracting the significant styles for the particular ailment in clinical imaging. The primary purpose of this survey is to focus on the device mastering and deep mastering strategies utilized in clinical images. We meant to offer and define for researchers to understand the prevailing strategies finished for clinical imaging, spotlight the benefits and disadvantages of those algorithms, and to speak about the destiny directions. For the observe of multidimensional clinical data, device and deep mastering offer a commendable method for advent of category and automated choice making. This paper affords a survey of clinical imaging with inside the device and deep mastering strategies to investigate different illnesses. It incorporates attention regarding the suite of those algorithms which may be used for the research of illnesses and automated decision making. Keywords: machine learning, deep learning, image enhancement, machine image. Introduction. Machine and deep learning algorithms play an important role to train the computer system as an expert, which can be used further for prediction and decision making. Machine learning is the field of study that provides computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. 1. Deep learning is a type of machine learning that empowers systems to gain for a fact and comprehend the world regarding a pecking order of ideas. 2. These fields bring intelligence into a computer that can extract the patterns according to the specific data and then process for automatic reasoning. 3-4. Medical imaging is the rapidly growing research area that is used to diagnose a disease for early treatment. The procedure of functioning assessment is complicated and contains numerous diverse properties. 5-6. The digital image processing techniques are implanted in many different computer systems. The authentication of image processing approaches is essential, that gives an implementation of specific procedures which provides influence on the performance of these systems. Therefore, it brings decisions and actions based on approaches in medical imaging. It delivers a many rudimentary and refined image analysis and visualization tools. 7. The artificial intelligence is the main domain, and machine learning and deep learning works under this domain as shown in Fig. 1. The AI is the major field to display human intelligence in a machine. Machine learning is used to achieve artificial intelligence, while deep learning is a technique used to implement machine learning. 8. The various steps are performed on medical images before the detection of output. Initially, the medical image is inserted as input to the machine and deep learning algorithms. After that, the image is divided into different segments to zoom the interested area. Then, the features are extracted from these segments through information retrieval techniques. Next, the desired features are selected and the noise is removed. Finally, the classifier is used to categorize the extracted statistics and make predictions primarily based totally in this class. These steps are utilized in each test of device gaining knowledge of the supervised, semi-supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement and lively gaining knowledge of algorithms are the principal classes of device gaining knowledge of. Further, the deep gaining knowledge of techniques are essentially superior section of device gaining knowledge of algorithms that classify statistics and are expecting greater appropriately the use of neural network. 9-10. Supervised learning. It offers a set of education times with suitable targets to a PC machine. Taking this education set, machine supply reaction appropriately on given feasible inputs. The class and regression are the types of supervised learning. The inputs are dispersed into distinctive instructions, the use of class techniques, and the skilled machine need to generate moves that allocate hidden inputs to those instructions. This is referred to as multi-labeling technique. The junk mail purifying is the case of class, wherein the emails are categorized into junk mail and, now no longer junk mail. The regression is a supervised method wherein the consequences are non-stop in place of discrete. The regression predictions are evaluated. The use of root suggests squared error, RMSE, not like class predictions wherein accuracy is used as an overall performance measure. Unsupervised learning. The machine will take the selection with the aid of using itself, alternatively educate on the premise of a few data set. No labeling is given to the machine that may be used for predictions. Unsupervised gaining knowledge of may be used to retrieve the hidden sample with the assist of characteristic gaining knowledge of the given statistics. The clustering is an unmonitored gaining knowledge of method. This is used to divide the inputs into clusters. These clusters aren't diagnosed earlier. It builds businesses on the premise of resemblance. Semi-supervised learning. In semi-supervised gaining knowledge of, the machine is believed to be partial education statistics. This kind of education is used with a few skilled statistics that could goal a few lacking results. This kind set of rules is used on untagged statistics for education commitment. The semi-supervised gaining knowledge of set of rules skilled on each classified and unlabeled statistics, and this gaining knowledge of famous the capabilities of each, the unsupervised gaining knowledge of and supervised gaining knowledge of algorithms. Active gaining learning. In active gaining knowledge of, the machine receives that education tags handiest for a restrained set of occurrences. It is used to beautify its optimality of materials to benefit tags for the goal, such as budgets capabilities in an organization. Reinforcement learning. In reinforcement gaining knowledge of the skilled statistics is furnished handiest as a reaction to the program's sports in a self-influenced situation, along with to force a car or gambling a video game. Evolutionary learning. It is specifically used withinside the organic area to research organic organisms and to are expecting their survival fee and the informal of the offsprings. We can use this version with the add of using the use of the understanding of fitness, to are expecting the way to accurate the result. Deep learning. This is the improvement section of device gaining knowledge of, which specifically makes use of neural networks for gaining knowledge of and prediction of statistics. It is a set of various algorithms. These are used to lay out complicated generalized machine that could take any kind of troubles and supply predictions. It makes use of the deep graph with Chhabra processing layer, made from many linear and nonlinear conversion 11. Nowadays, in scientific disciplines, contamination diagnostic evaluation is an excessive mission. It is the important thing venture to recognize the correct prognosis of sufferers with the aid of using scientific inspection and evaluation. The healthcare area produces a massive quantity of statistics, approximately scientific evaluation, an announcement regarding the affected person, treatment, supplements, prescription, etc. The most important trouble is that the best of those reviews offers an impact of affiliation because of mistaken dealing with of the statistics 12. The upgrades of this statistics are crucial to mine and technique those scientific reviews elegantly and efficiently. There are distinctive styles of device gaining knowledge of algorithms are to be had which can be used to apply precise classifier for dispensing statistics on the premise in their characteristics. The dataset may be separated into or greater than instructions. These styles of classifiers are embedded for scientific statistics exam and sickness discovery. Firstly, device gaining knowledge of algorithms have been proposed and used to be aware scientific statistics sets. Today, for well-prepared research of scientific statistics, the device gaining knowledge of presents Chhabra techniques. The structures for statistics collecting and inspection are positioned in nearly all new hospitals, which can be used for the gathering and sharing of statistics. It is used for correcting diagnostic of various illnesses with the aid of using scientific imaging. To use a set of rules, the correct diagnostic affected person documentation is inserted in a machine and consequences may be spontaneously obtained from the previous cracked cases. The sample reputation is the concept of device gaining knowledge of that extracts capabilities from scientific picks approximately any illnesses to are expecting and generate conclusions for prognosis and to devise treatment. 14. There are distinctive steps of device gaining knowledge of and deep gaining knowledge of algorithms that are used withinside the scientific imaging area as proven in Fig. 2. Fig. 2. Machine and deep learning algorithms workflow in medical image. Machine learning in medical imaging. Machine learning algorithms are very powerful in clinical imaging to observe unique diseases. Different styles of entities together with lesions and organs in clinical picture processing may be too complex and cannot be proven efficaciously by a way of means of an easy mathematical solution. In 15, the writer used the pixel primarily based totally research to investigate clinical snapshots for diseases. The pixel evaluation in device studying seemed in clinical picture processing, which makes use of positive values in snapshots without delay as opposed to functions extraction from chunks as enter data. The enactment of this technique might also additionally probably be higher than that of easy function primarily based totally classifiers for unique troubles. The picture with low assessment is a hard trouble so as to analyze its properties. The function calculation and segmentation isn't always required for pixel primarily based totally device studying, not like normal classifiers which keep away from mistakes generated from faulty segmentation and function calculation. The pixel evaluation makes use of lengthy schooling time due to the excessive dimensionality of data, a big quantity of pixel in an picture. In 16, the writer focused the low assessment clinical snapshots for evaluation. The furthermost green approach used for assessment development is histogram equalization, HE. The authors proposed a method named modified histogram-based contrast enhancement. The usage of homomorphic filtering, might fill. It used levels coping with process, with inside the first segment international assessment is progressed the usage of histogram modification. Further, second segment homomorphic filtering is projected for picture sharpening. The low assessment chest X-ray 10 clinical snapshots are investigated with inside the experiment. The MH-fill has minimal values in all 10 snapshots PC to different techniques. The clinical picture rationalization is the very best obligation of radiologists, with the assignments related to similarly snapshots with high satisfactory and its evaluation. The PC-aided layout CAD has advanced for numerous years. There are several device studying techniques analyzed via clinical snapshots, for instance, linear discriminate evaluation, help vector machines, choice trees, etc. In 17, the writer used device studying processes in clinical picture assessment. In unique, they used neighborhood binary styles appreciably pondered amongst texture descriptors. Further, I observe on new trials the usage of numerous low binary styles descriptors of biomedical snapshots. The dataset of neonatal facial snapshots for categorizing ache situations starting from facial descriptions. Especially, the consequences at the appreciably premeditated 2D HeLa dataset and the advised descriptor profits the most implementation along with all of the severe texture descriptors. A linear help vector device classifier is carried out at the 2D HeLa dataset and with inside the PAP dataset. The 92.4 accuracy were given that is the very best values amongst all different descriptors at the stated dataset. The neural community approach is utilized in clinical snapshots to analyze the sickness details. 18. The neural community organizations are retained for most cancers discovery. It is used to critic wherein a mabilular is ordinary with immoderate warranty wherein every wonderful community has most effective consequences both it will likely be a ordinary mabilular or most cancers mabilular. The predictions of those cells community are merged via way of means of a principal technique, i.e. plurality voting. The effects confirmed that the neural community together carried out a excessive price of accuracy and a low price of fake poor evaluation. The device studying professional structures offer contrivances for the manufacturing of premises from patients' facts. Different policies are mined from the facts of experts to paradigm and professional system. The institution of medical troubles that may be used as examples, information in shrewd structures might also additionally reap via way of means of device studying processes that may be used to generate a methodical description of medical characters that distinctively describe the medical circumstances. Therefore, facts may be articulated withinside the association of easy policies, or regularly as a choice tree. A regular instance of this class of the scheme is cardio, that is grown to translate ECGs 19. In clinical picture evaluation, the best fashionable for comparing picture function is a statistical evaluation. The channelized Hodling observer, CHO, is commonly used for specially in nuclear medication imaging. The channels are enthused via way of means of the concept of amenable topics withinside the human visible structure. This technique is used to come across picture high satisfactory assessment, and further, the CHO has defensibly and wonderful effect at the clinical imaging. The next set of rules is called a channelized SVM, CSVM. There are clinical physicists assess the flaw discernibility in 100 noisy snapshots, after which the rating self-belief of a lesion truth present on a 6-factor scale. After that, a schooling consultation is used to contain a further 60 snapshots. The human spectators completed this project for 6 numerous alternatives of the knocking down clear out with multiple selections of the quantity of repetitions withinside the OSM rebuilding set of rules 20. Deep learning in medical imaging. To manual computer systems to examine capabilities which could signify the information for the given issue. This concept lies at the inspiration of numerous deep mastering procedures. The fashions that constructed from numerous layers that transmute enter picks to provide outputs approximately the unique sicknesses due to cramming step-by-step high-stage capabilities. The higher form of those fashions for picture evaluation is convolutional neural networks, CNNs. The CNNs contain numerous layers that convert the enter with convolution filters. The project of using deep mastering strategies to the clinical subject often use in familiarizing cutting-edge architectures in one-of-a-kind enter codecs which includes 3-dimensional information. Previously, the functions of CNNs to large information, complete 3D convolutions and the following big wide variety of constraints are prevented through setting apart the quantity of interest into portions 21. Classification. Image type. The type of clinical picture is the primary project in deep mastering so as to research for medical associated troubles for early remedy of the affected person. The type is probably classically or a couple of picks as enter with a unmarried diagnostic mutable as result, sickness sure or no. In those cases, every diagnostic take a look at is a version and dataset sizes are traditionally minor associated with the ones in PC Vision. In 22, the best change clearly outdid characteristic extraction, achieving 57.6% accuracy in multi-class rating assessment of knee osteoarthritis towards 53.4%. But, the 23 proven that through CNN characteristic retrieval executed best tuning in cytopathology picture type accuracy with 70.5% as opposed to 69.1%. Object type. The item type goals at the small involved chunks of the clinical picture. These chunks may be projected into or extra classes. For higher accuracy, the nearby facts of those chunks and international conceptual facts are very essential. In 24, the writer used 3 CNN strategies of deep mastering to patch the picture at an extraordinary scale of gadgets. The effects of those 3 strategies subsequently contemplated the capabilities matrix of the general picture properties. Detection, organ and region. The item detection and localization is the subsequent section after type. It is an essential step in segmentation in which we will extract the significance of every item and attention best the involved item and discard the noise. To project this issue, a 3D information parsing technique is used. The use of deep mastering algorithms. The creator used 3 unbiased organizations 2D and 3D MRI chunks in clinical picture. It is used to find the areas of various associated gadgets which attention on a few unique sicknesses such heart, aortic arch, descending aorta. Segmentation. The segmentation method is used to method the organs and substructures of the clinical pics. It is used for quantitative evaluation of the medical capabilities. For example, cardiac or mind examination. It is likewise utilized in CAD for functions. It is the figuring out of unique pixels that make up the item of interest. The U-Internet is the mixture of upsampling and downsampling layers architectures. It merged the connections of convolution and deconvolution samples of layers. Registration. The registration is the method of reworking extraordinary units of information into one coordinate system. It is a vital step in clinical PICS with a view to offer assessment or integration of the information acquired from an extraordinary viewpoint, time, depth, and sensors, etc. This is the iterative method wherein we choose a particular form of parameters as a standard. It is used to calculate the similarity parameters of PICS, the use of deep mastering algorithms. The registration is utilized in remedy, i.e. computer tomography, CT, and NMR information. This is pretty useful to gain affected person facts, looking at tumor growth, remedy confirmation, and the assessment of the affected person's facts with anatomical atlases. The mutual facts acquired in the use of Powell's and Brandt's technique to check in MR, CT is extraordinary from that's used on breast Mr. PICS. Conclusion. The machine learning skills are grown in past few years. Currently, machine learning methods are tremendously vigorous to practical circumstances, and the structures really advantage of the learning process. It previously pertains in the rehearsal of medical imaging, and it will perhaps cultivate at a quick stride in the coming future. The use of machine learning in medical imaging has important inferences for the medication. It is very significant that this research area ensures better care to patients. The possessions of machine learning tackles are serious to confirming that they are applied in the greatest real way. In the medical image analysis, the deep learning algorithms help to categorize, classify, and enumerate disease patterns from image processing. It also permits to extend analytical goals and generates prediction models of treatment for patients. The medical imaging researchers are considering these challenges. Deep learning in healthcare research domain and imaging is enduring to flourish. It is improving rapidly, as deep learning is in numerous other applications other than of healthcare. Future expectations. Deep learning in medical image and data analysis is here to stay. Even though there are many challenges associated to the introduction of deep learning in clinical settings, the methods produce results that are too valuable to discard. This is illustrated by the tremendous amounts of high-impact publications in top journals dealing with deep learning in medical imaging. As machine learning researchers and practitioners gain more experience, it will become easier to classify problems according to what solution approach is the most reasonable, best approached using deep learning techniques end-to-end, 2, best tackled by a combination of deep learning with other techniques, or 3, no deep learning component at all.